pier where the boardwalk ends. Dressed in Italian silk, mourning all my friends. The moon is a bullet hole in a velvet sky, watching the tide roll in, watching the seagulls fly. I kept my shoes shined, I kept my hands clean. At least that's the lie I sold to the magazine. But beneath the cufflinks and the tailored grace, I'm just a wolf trying to hide his face. They call me sir when I walk in a room, but they don't smell the gunpowder mixed with the perfume. I trade the empire, the gold and the crown, just to stop this ship from going down. Now I'm sending whispers across the waves, calling your name from the edge of the graves. Can you hear the ocean breaking my heart, tearing the gentleman and the gangster apart? The water is cold and the night is so deep. I'm the king of the city, but I still can't sleep. Just whispers across the waves, praying that the salt washes my sins away. Yeah, look, I built this castle out of bones and blood. Diamond in the rough, diamond in the cuff. I move weight, move silence, move shadows in the dark. Left a mark on the city like a teeth mark on a shark. I sent you away to keep you safe from the fire. Now I'm tangled up in my own barbed wire. A glass of bourbon, a loaded grandiose dream. Silence is louder than the loudest scream. I write letters that I burn before the dawn. A sophisticated savage on a perfectly manicured lawn. The distance is the prison, the ocean is the bars. I'm looking for your reflection I straighten my tie, I suppress the doubt. If the wind hits your window tonight, my love, don't be afraid. It's just me whispering across the waves. They say silence is golden, but in my line of work, silence is usually the aftermath. Heavy drum kicking down, boom, 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 boom. Fresh press suit, charcoal gray, walking through the wreckage of a violent day. Cufflinks shining where the streetlights bleed. I'm the last of a dying, dangerous breed. I hold the door open while the world falls down. King of the ashes in a rusted town. Got a pistol in the pocket of a velvet vest. A gentleman's burden put the chaos to rest. They hear the thunder, they hear the scream, but they never hear the man who operates the machine. I keep my hands clean, even when they're stained. Keep the passion hidden, keep the beast contained. I poured you a whiskey, I straighten your chair while the sirens are wailing out in the night air. I can't promise heaven, I've sold off my seat, but I'll lay my jacket down across the muddy street. Can you hear it? It's a silent melody. It's the song that I'm singing when I'm on my knees between the gunfire and the accolades. It's the only honest promise that I ever made. Yeah, the world is loud and the nights are rough, but my love is a whispering that's loud enough. The silent melody playing just for us. Through the desert dust, built a castle on bones, built a fortress on trust. I'm a savage in silk, I'm a wolf in the fold, moving with the grace place of the gangsters of old. I don't raise my voice, I don't make a scene, I just handle the business concise and clean. But when I look at you, the armor dissolves, the spinning cylinder on the revolver stops. You want a bad boy? No, you need a man who can kill for the cause but still hold your hand. Gentle with the touch, heavy with the consequence, living on the razor wire, sitting on the fence. Let the critics talk about their morals and laws. They don't know the weight of the hammer and claws. I protect what is mine with a shadow and a smile. I'd walk through the fire for 1,000 miles just to sit in the quiet, just to watch you breathe, just to keep the darkness from tugging on your sleeve. It's a silent melody. It's the song that I'm singing when I'm on my knees between the gunfire and the accolades. It's the only honest promise that I ever made. Yeah, the world is loud and the nights are rough, but my love is a whisper and that's loud enough. The silent melody playing just for us. Don't say a word. The world talks too much anyway. Just listen. Just listen. Fresh pressed soup, but the soul is wrinkled, reflecting in the glass where the ice just tinkled. I hold the door open, I tip the brim, but the lights in the hallway are getting dim. They call me sir when I walk in the room, but they don't smell the gunpowder mixed with the perfume. I keep my hands clean, or so it appears, but I've been washing off the sins for 1,000 years. A dog on a throne, the phone doesn't ring, the birds don't sing. I'm wearing the crown, but I can't feel a thing, and I'm drowning in silence, in a room full of noise, trading my heart for these dangerous toys. Yeah, the violence is loud, but the quiet is worse. It's a gentleman's blessing and a gangster's curse. I'm screaming your name with my mouth sewn shut, drowning in silence. Yeah, it hurts like a cut. Cufflinks, gold on the wrist, iron in the waist, prepare for the twist. I move like a shadow, I strike like a snake. But how much more of this life can I take? I bought the penthouse and look at the view, but all I see is the distance from you. Respect is a currency, fear is a bank, but my heart is a ship that already sank. I poured out the liquor, I stared at the wall, waiting for judgment, waiting to fall. A savage in silk, a beast in a tie, too heavy to live and too stubborn to die. 'Cause I'm drowning in soiling, sewn shut, drowning in silence, yeah, it hurts like a cut. I can handle the sirens, I can handle the screams, I can handle the nightmares that haunt all my dreams. It's the hush in the hallway, it's the space in the bed, it's the words that you left me that never were said. I finish the drink, I stand at the edge, and I don't even blink. Just a gentleman thug with a heart made of lead, drowning in silence. Enough said. Just a silk tie, brush the dust off the lapel, stepping out the shadows of a digital hell. They built a cage of numbers, wires and glass, but they forgot men like me, ghosts of the past. I hold the door open for the lady luck, while the algorithm's running, getting jammed and stuck. I don't leave fingerprints, I don't leave a trace, just a scent of old whiskey in a sterile place. They track the motion, they track the heat, but they can't track the rhythm of a broken heartbeat. I'm a glitch in the code, a wrench in the gear, the only thing the machine has learned to fear. I'm the specter of the system, baby, walking through the walls, a gangster with a conscience. When the heavy curtain falls, I wear the suit, I play the game, but I don't sell my soul. I'm the diamond in the gutter, I'm the fire in the coal. Yeah, the data says I'm dead, but the streets know my name. I'm the specter of the system, and I'm changing the game. Look, I move in silence, violence, hidden in the etiquette, signing contracts in blood, yeah, the ink is delicate. They want a savage? No, I give them a gentleman who moves weight through the city like pure adrenaline. I see the cold eyes staring through the CCTV, but they looking for a criminal, they don't see me. They see a stat, a figure, a blip on the screen. I'm the human error inside the machine. Paid my dues, paid my tithes, buried all my friends. Now I'm the phantom at the banquet where the empire ends. Handshake firm, but the knuckles are scarred. Life dealt a bad hand, I just changing the game. It's a lonely road when you outlive your time, when honor is a myth and kindness is a crime. I protect what I love, I fight for what is real. In a world made of plastic, silicone and steel. Do you hear me? I said, do you hear me? I'm the last heart beating in this factory. Straighten the collar, tip the hat, fade into the gray. Just like that, I'm just a rumor, just a whisper, just a specter of the system.
They say a gentleman never tells, but a sinner never forgets. Silk tie pulled tight against a hollow throat, rain hitting the pavement like a rhythmic note. I opened the door for you, kept the engine running low. There's a stain on my cufflink that I'll never let show. City screams in the distance, sirens cutting the fog. I'm a wolf in a tuxedo, baby, hiding in the smog. Polished shoes, stepping where the angels fear to tread. Keep the manners in the parlor, keep the monsters in my head. I tip my hat to the devil when I pass him in the street. Respect is the currency, deception is the treat. You see the suit, the smile, the way I pull the chair. You don't smell the gunpowder lingering in the air. But have a feel of silence where the shadows learn to dance. I trade my soul for violence just to buy us one more chance. A gentleman in the daylight, a phantom when the sun goes down. I wear this veil of silence so the darkness can't be found. They call it organized, I call it necessary evil. Walking up a mountain made of bones, yeah, it's steep logic. I send flowers to the widows, pay the debts with a grin. Wash the knuckles with the whiskey, let the ceremony begin. I hold your hand with the same palm that held the weight of a decision made at midnight, sealing someone's fate. Classy with the chaos, vintage with the vice. Everything in this city has a tag, but you're the only one without a price. I protect the heart by hardening the skin. Lock the door, close the blinds, don't let the cold wind in. If loving you means lying, then I'm the king of deceit. A heart of gold buried 6 feet deep beneath the concrete. Behind the veil of silence, where the shadows learn to dance, I trade my soul for violence, just to buy us one more chance. A gentleman in the daylight, a phantom when the sun goes down. I wear this veil of silence, so the darkness can't be found. Hush now, don't ask me where I've been. Don't look at the bruises on my soul. I carry this weight so you can float. I walk through the fire so you don't smell the smoke. My code is simple: die for the family, live for you. Stays down, my lips are sealed just for you.
They're coming, I can hear the tires on the gravel. Don't look at the window, dog. Look at me. Pressed black suit with the dust on their hand, neon sign flickering, a dying gem. There's iron on my hip, weighing down the side, but my hand is gentle, got nothing left to hide. The whiskey in the glass has lost its sting. I pawn my soul just to buy you that rain. The devil's out back and he's checking his watch, but I'm stealing these seconds. Top shelf, top notch. I hear the sirens wail like a choir of ghosts to the things we love the most. Let the blue lights flash, let them paint the wall. I'm standing tall, baby, I'm standing tall. So give me one last feel the dance. record skip. One last slow dance with a stiff upper lip. Yeah, I built this castle on quicksand and bones. Shook hands with snakes just to sit on the throne. Polished the silver while I dirtied my soul. Now the debt collector's here to swallow me whole. I kept the blood off the carpet, kept the wolves at the gate. But a gentleman knows you can't bargain with fate. I'm a monster in a tuxedo, tragedy in a tie. But I swear I never wanted to make you cry. So keep your eyes closed tight, focus on the sound of my boots dragging heavy on this hallowed ground. The door is gonna burst, the glass is gonna break, but this is the memory I want you to take. Not the noise, not the fear, not the end, just the warmth of a lover, the loyalty of a friend. Skip one last slow dance with a stiff upper lip. Just wait, don't open your eyes, just wait.
Say it's the time when the sleepless are haunted and the dying give up the ghost. 3 a.m. Welcome to the gray. The clock on the wall is a metronome of guilt.
Counting down the empire that my violence built. Press tuxedo, untied, bow tie hanging loose, sipping 30-year scotch, tightening the noose. I watch the street lights flicker on the wet pavement below. I'm the monster in the closet that you'll never have to know. Clean hands, dirty money, and a heart of rusted gold. Just a sinner keeping warm out in the cold.
The shadows get long, the silence gets loud. I'm standing alone in the midst of the crowd, between the night and the morning light. In the hour of the wolf, where the nightmares breathe, I wear the devil on my sleeve, so you never have to grieve a gentleman's promise. In a gangster's war, I'm the lock, I'm the chain, I'm the guard at the door. Sleep tight, my love, while the city screams.
I'll kill the wolves to protect your dreams. Look, I walk through the valley, but I fear no evil, cause I am the evil, treating lead like a needle, sewing up loose ends, but spoken bulletproof, walking on the razor's edge, looking for the truth. Old soul, cold eyes, phantom in the grand hall. I take the hit, take the blame, take the heavy fall. They see the criminal, you see the sacrifice. I pay the toll at the gate, never ask the price. Trigger finger steady, manners impeccable. The violence I do is strictly technical, so let them howl, let them scratch at the glass. I'm the immovable object, and this night will pass. In the hour of the wolf, where the nightmares breathe, I wear the devil on my sleeve, so you never have to grieve a gentleman's promise. In a gangster's war, I'm the lock, I'm the chain, I'm the guard at the door. Sleep tight, my love, while the city screams. I'll kill the wolves to protect your dreams.
I wash the red off my hands in the porcelain sink. Pour one last drink, try not to think. If you saw the things I've done to keep you safe and sound, would you hold me close or put me in the ground? I'm a jagged edge wrapped in velvet and silk, a poison in the cure, blood and me. The sun is coming up. The wolves are retreating. Sleep now, I'm still here. I'm still here. Like a tailored suit, pressed sharp but the fabric stained with soot. A gentleman's code in a lawless land, holding a prayer in a shaking hand. They see the shadow, they miss the man. They see the trigger, I see the plan. I polish my shoes just to walk through the mud, trading expensive whiskey for cheap blood. I open the door for you, then I lock the gate. Kept the devils outside while I challenge fate. Old soul trapped in a modern sin, fighting a war I was never meant to win. And the street lights flicker like a dying pulse. The city screams, but it feels grandiose. I kept my manners when the world went wild, just a wolf protecting a lamb, disguised as a child. Now I'm kneeling on this cold concrete, where the devil
Check the cufflinks, check the perimeter. Heart rate steady, I'm the limiter. I speak soft, but I carry the weight of 1,000 bad choices in a heavy plate. They want the savage, I give them the stone. They want the king, I give them the throne. But for you, I take off the mask and the crown. I'm just the guy watching the sun go down. Respect is currency, fear is the tax. But loving you, that's the only way I relax. Gritty fingernails, velvet touch. Maybe I care a little too much. The pavement remembers what the people forget. Every drop of sorrow, every drop of sweat. I can't wash it off, I can't scrub it clean, but I can stand between you and the whole damn machine. Mind your step, darling. Cold concrete.
I fixed the cufflinks on the wrist that's done some damage. Navigating wreckage that I swore I managed. Pressed linen suit, hiding all the scar tissue. Looking like a savior, but I got a devil's issue. Held the door open for you, treated you like gold, while I was selling off the only soul I used to hold. A gentleman in public, a monster in the dark, trying to hide the teeth marks that I left upon your heart. Yeah, the city sleeps soundly, but I never close my eyes. Count the cost of living on a ledger full of lies. I wash my hands, but the stain remains. It's in the rhythm of the blood inside my veins. The choir's gone quiet, the pews are all bare. There ain't no mercy for a man beyond prayer. So sing it low and sing it slow, where the shadow meets the street lamp glow. Don't look for heaven, don't look for the grace. Just one last look at your lover's face. I loved you with a violent touch. I gave too little and I took too much. Burn the rose and let the ashes linger. This is a requiem for a sinner. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I paid mine with silence and honorable mentions. Tip of the hat, smile sharp as a knife. I spent a lifetime running from a peaceful life. I wanted to be worthy, I wanted to be clean, but you can't scrub away the things that I have seen. So here's a toast to the bad guy playing the hero, starting from the bottom and ending at zero. I kept the wolves at bay, but I brought the women. Now I'm just a ghost, nothing but a splinter. I wash my hands, but the water turns black. There ain't no man that can guide me back. The bells are ringing, tolling for the fall. I'm standing tall, back against the wall. perfume for a sinner. I'm sorry for the nights I couldn't stay. I'm sorry for the debts I couldn't pay. I wore the suit to cover up the sin, but the jagged edge always cuts within. Yeah, the jagged edge always cuts within.
Against a throat full of lies, neon flickers out in the dead of the eyes. I polish my shoes just to walk through the mud. A gentleman's manner, but a gangster's blood. Check the chamber twice, put the rolls on the dash. Bought a little more time with a suitcase of cash. They say the good die young, so I'm living forever. Stitch my soul to your heart with a jagged leather. The clock strikes 3 and the city holds its breath. I'm dancing a walk between mercy and death. I don't want heaven if they won't let you in, so I wear my regret like a second skin. This is the darkest hour before the morning light. When the wolves come knocking, looking for a fight, I'll be the shadow standing tall at your door. A sinner, a saint, and a dog of war. Yeah, the world turns cold and the whiskey turns sour, but I won't let you break in the darkest hour. Say I operate on a code strictly bespoke. Mirror on the wall is hidden under the smoke. I tip my hat to the reaper when he passes on by. Hold the door for the lady, look the devil in the eye. Desert wind howling through the cracks in the frame. I got a bullet with a number, I got a bullet with a name. It ain't about the violence, about the respect. It's the debts that I pay and the ones I collect. The rain washes down, but the stains never leave. I wear my heart and my gun on the very same sleeve. I don't want glory, I don't need the crown, just a hand to hold on to when the walls come down. This is the darkest hour before the morning light. When the wolves come knocking, looking for a fight, I'll be the shadow standing tall at your door. A sinner, a saint, and a dog of war. Yeah, the world turns cold and the whiskey turns sour, but I won't let you break in the darkest hour. Forgive the things I had to do tonight to keep your hands clean. I had to dim the light. Some men are born to build, some are born to kill, but a gentleman knows when to stand perfectly still. Hey! may turn sour, but I won't let you break. No, I won't let you break. In the darkest hour, put the car in drive. In the darkest hour, don't look back.
Cut the dead, deal the hand. I always win the pot. Italian seal upon my chest, hiding where I'm shot. I walk into the room, air gets thin and cold. A gentleman in public, killer in the fold. I got blood beneath my fingernails, diamonds on my cuff. I give the world a velvet touch, but play the corners rough. They bow before the throne, they kiss the golden ring. But without you in the castle, I'm a beggar, not a king. I built a fortress out of fear and gasoline, the sharpest blade the city's ever seen. But you walked right through the fire and the smoke, and broke the only heart that never broke. Now I'm dragging round a heavy soul, digging my own grave, losing all control. I got a bulletproof vest, but it didn't stop the pain. Standing in the penthouse, drowning in the rain. Yeah, I run the underworld, I make the devil's bow. But God, I miss your mercy now. Yeah, I miss your mercy now. Just a gangster with a heavy soul. Sway, I got the swag, I got the Glock on the seat. I move silent like a phantom through the concrete street. I'm polite with the violence, I open doors for the doomed. I send flowers to the mothers when the bodies are entombed. It's that Noir Americana, that dust in the throat. I'd burn $1 million just to keep you afloat. But you wanted the man, not the myth, not the legend. Now I'm staring at the precipice, dancing on the edge, and they say power is a drug. Well, I'm overdosing. Every door I kicked open is finally closing. I'm the monster in the suit, the shadow on the wall. I'm the one who catches bullets so heavy, weighs a ton.